good morning or good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. Today, well, as always, it's JD Temple back again, once again. And what we are going to be doing today is talking a little bit about anointing oils, different herbs, how you can make your own incense. Not really much as to how you can really get into making your own oils, but I can kind of go over that a little bit too, what my limited knowledge is of that. I've got some great friends over here in the Richmond area that have a business called Wicks and Wands, and they make a lot of awesome candles, pillar candles, taper candles, oils, and incense. I really love it. Like right now, I've got some protection incense that I've been burning, and some dragon's berry incense as well. I can't remember what the properties were for the dragonberry, but it smells amazing, and so does the protection incense. So, I really like to use a lot of loose incense because you get more smoke from it to kind of help the spirit manifest in the physical form, so that you can kind of construct that spirit out of the strong plumes of smoke. I'm going to add some of this dragon's berry to it as well. Just kind of get me in the mood here, Get me in the mood here to do some magic, create some things. So, I guess maybe let's talk about some herbs and things first. There's all kinds of stuff out there that you can use for different spell workings and different rites. And in most metaphysical shops, or I'm sure online too, or any book, what have you, you can find out what the correspondence to whatever particular spirit or particular working that you are wanting to do, what the correspondence would be for the incense, different herbs to make the incense, colors, days of the week, hours of the week. Kind of went over that in the preparatory immersion video yesterday. But one thing that you should definitely have in your temple is a mortar and pestle here, so that you can kind of grind up whatever it is that you want to make into an incense. Right here, I've got some red sandalwood powder. So I'm going to kind of make my own little concoction here. And I think out of this is something I'm going to use for an evocation of King Paimon, I believe. So I'm not sure of all his correspondence, but I have a general idea. I should have researched a little bit more, but I'm just going to kind of go with this intuitively. I've got some dragon's blood resin, so I'm going to put a little bit of the dragon's blood resin in here too. Let's see, just a little chunk right there will do. Grind that in there as well. It's already kind of starting to smell pretty damn good. Now we've got some copal resin. And just like the dragon's blood resin, it kind of comes in a big chunk. And so you'll just have to kind of break that loose. A little bit more of this copal. And then we're going to mix that in. Also, with the rest of our ingredients. So we've got sandalwood, we've got dragon's blood, and we've got copal. The next thing I'm going to take is some rose petals, some dried rose petals. I'm going to kind of tear those up a little bit first here. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of help to try to grind those up a little bit too. You know, you can do stuff like this also if you're trying to make a salt bath mixture for like uncrossing or love, or you know, whatever the intention may be. You can put these dried herbs into the whatever kind of like Himalayan salt or Epsom salt or whatever kind of sauce that you're using for your main ingredient in your carrier ingredient rather in your bath salts. You know, you can always put the herbs and things in a little sachet so that can just kind of soak like a tea bag in the bathtub, so that you don't have that problem of all these herbs sticking to your body. Some of them are quite sticky and hard to get out of body hair. And they'll also just kind of like linger and leave like a ring of herbs in the bathtub that you have to rinse out, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So I always try to use a little satchel or something for that if I'm, you know, using it for that purpose. Just grinding up these rose leaves a little bit better. Okay. Right here, I want to say this was part of a sunflower. So I'm going to take some of that sunflower, grind that up a little bit too. Okay, these are some very special flowers from someone that is very close to me that passed recently. I took a few petals from the site to bring back with me to try to honor the life that was lost and making it into this wonderful, wonderful fragrant incense here. I think it's a dried lily, I believe, like a daylily or Easter lily or something of that nature. Smell very, very good. Break that up just a little bit more by hand. And then I think the last thing that I want to add to this some grains of paradise. Again, you can just kind of eyeball it. I'm not sitting here with the measuring cup and all that trying to make it exact. You know, just a general idea. Just go with what you feel is right. You know, once you start doing this more often, then you can start measuring so that you can kind of get the same result every time. I pretty much do, even though I eyeball it, and you know, in a lot of cases I don't use all these ingredients. So you may have some of one thing in one batch and some more of another in the next one, depending on what the intention is and what you're trying to do with it. So I think the last thing I'm going to put in here is just a little bit of lavender and some patchouli leaves. So this is really going to be some kick-ass incense here. So put some patchouli leaves in there, like 2 little pinches. I need to get glass jars for all my herbs here. I'm working on that. I'm gonna hit the thrift store up, see what I can't find. Okay, so now we got some lavender. Sprinkle some of that lavender in there. We don't need too much lavender. And I'm even going to throw in a few wildflower petals. And 2 pumpkin seeds, 2 dried pumpkin seeds. They're also going to go in there. I'm going to kind of crumble those up. just like so. So another 15 seconds on grinding. We should have a pretty good product that we can put on a charcoal and burn here. I'm going to save the rest for that right that I was speaking of with King Paimon, but I definitely want to try some out here today while we're on the line here. Alright, so that's what we have here. We have a pretty nice consistency. It smells incredible. The lavender kind of overpowers a lot of it, and I try not to use too much of it, but I think it's just going to be one of those things where it's like a fine wine, where you're going to have hints of certain things at certain times, you know, during the sampling of it. Let's put some mature leaves here. Throw that in there. All right. One thing I could add too, but I'm not going to add it for this working. This is going to be more for draconian magic, some clip-off things, but I've got some of my snake's skin when they had shedded, so I saved the skin and dried it out to use for that. So we're going to get a charcoal going here. And again, while I'm lighting this, you know, check out my buddy's website. It's Peter and Aaron, and that is wicksandwands.com, and you can get all kinds of awesome candles, dressed candles, carved candles for different intentions. Awesome smelling anointing oils and incense. You know, they have kind of oils and incense to match that, which is just freaking fabulous. I love it. So we'll let this charcoal right here get ready, and while we do that, I'm going to kind of just put some of this stuff away so it doesn't spill everywhere. Hope everyone's been having a great day, by the way. Mine has been super spectacular. You know, nothing better than being able to do this on a 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. Because of the Memorial Day holiday, I forgot what day it was, but I definitely recall now. Okay, so now we should have what we need here. It's almost there to burn our homemade incense here. And I'm going to get some better recipes too and really make some kick-ass incense, and I'm going to be featuring that on my website, as well as handmade candles and you know, magic candles carved and dressed, you know, with glitter and oil and that kind of thing for different spell work and different intentions. That's going to be coming to my website very soon. Something like an apothecary too down the road. I'd really like to get into that. I want to make my own incense resin on a stick and my own loose incense, as well as all the different essential oils and things and different blends of things that we can do with that. So I think we're ready to give this a shot. See how it burns, see how it smells. I think it's burning pretty well here. Put some over here on this one too, on this coil, or coal rather. It really smells good. It's very earthy smell, so this would probably be very good for evoking Belial as well. Since he's kind of closely tied to the earth, he would probably be spectacular for this. So I'm going to save this last little bit that I have. The one thing I wanted you to keep in mind as well with all of this is that all of the implements on this table here have all been consecrated by myself for the sole use and intention of it being used in my magical operations. So, these pumpkin seeds aren't just regular pumpkin seeds, they've been consecrated. Same thing with the dried rose petals and lilies and wildflower petals and all of the different resins and different herbs that I've used, even down to the charcoal briquettes that I use to burn the incense. All that stuff has been consecrated. If you're not sure how to do that, I know that Become a Living God does offer a video course called Black Magic, the Left Hand Path, and that will go over everything like that in that video. I have that series. It's excellent. I highly recommend it, as well as all the other series. They're just great. I don't get paid to say anything like this. I'm just telling you like it is, telling you what works for me and what I recommend. If it works for me, it's damn sure going to work for somebody else. That's the way I see it. But even getting down to consecrating your ritual dagger. Mine is just a small version of like a Bowie knife, so I could actually use it for other things if I needed to, like in the woods, to cut down different herbs and different things that I might need for my working. It's not just a ritual dagger that is really just kind of symbolic, like an anthema or something like that. But I also have a ritual sickle that I use, and this is something that I found on my job. It's very, very old. It's got some age on it. I've already cleared the energy out of it, and I have consecrated it with my magical energy and my new energy, so that thing is good to go as well. So our incense is burning pretty nicely here. I think I put a little bit too much on that briquette and kind of overwhelmed it a little bit, but all in all, it's burning pretty well, and it really smells great. So, that's how you can kind of get into making some of your own incense. And it's smoke like this that you really need when you're trying to have successful evocations. You want to get it rolling. You really want to get that smoke rolling good. So that'll give you much more than just, a stick of incense or two. You'll get quite a bit here, and I probably should have used maybe 2 charcoals in each one to really get a more fuller effect, so that you could really see what I mean by having a really, really thick cloud of smoke in which to use for your evocations and invocations. Try to get this charcoal lit a little bit better too. But anyhow, I hope you can see that coming out. I'm going to go ahead and do another video on the oils, because I know this one has already gone on way too long. It's like 15-16 minutes now. I'm surprised if you're still with me. But, in any case, if you are, I appreciate it very, very, very much. And thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing all of you again on the next video. If you need me for anything, email me, Jdtemplehealing@gmail.com. Check out my website, is www.jdtemple.info. You can schedule consultations with me through that website. You can schedule distance healings with me through that website, or you can just reach out to me to communicate, to ask questions about different services or whatever it is that you may need. I'm here to help. That's what I love to do. reach out whenever you need me. But it was good to see all of you. Hope you're all doing great, and love you all. See you soon. Peace.